Hey everyone, how are you doing? My name is Scott from HZAD Education, and today we're going through the writing section for the CELPIP examination. The CELPIP test, as you know, is the Canadian English Proficiency Test, and it'll get you a door open to opportunities. So today you'll watch me, a native English speaker, go through the writing section. There's task 1 and task 2. I will give you some tips and tricks on how to feel confident during the test, words to look for, things to identify, and just make the process a whole lot more manageable. So let's get started. But first, we need to know about the format of the writing section. There are 2 writing sections that you will have to go through, and in total, we need to be working for about 60 minutes. That's the maximum allotted time. In task 1, we are going to write an email. The important thing here is that you follow the right format, you address the questions, and you use adequate vocabulary. In the second part, we are responding to a survey question. So the format is less important, and the examiner will focus a lot more on your content and your information. We can get a maximum of 12 points, so the example I'm showing you today is going to be around that 9 to 12 point area. So very high scoring. Let's take a look more at the breakdown. So in task 1, writing an email, we need to find a formal or a semi-formal email base. Now, formal and semi-formal means that you are looking for good vocabulary, you're addressing the email person properly, and that you're signing off adequately. We're looking for 150 to 200 words, and you must respond to the prompt. What does 150 words look like? Well, this is just a quick example of 180 words. You're going to break it down into probably 3 paragraphs. Now, you don't need to read this, but just look at what 180 words looks like. It's important that you can estimate what that looks like when you're writing so you don't underwrite or overwrite. Moving back to our task number 2, responding to a survey question. Most importantly, you need to justify your choice using opinions and reasoning. Remember, I said they will be looking for your examples, your vocabulary choice, and your structure. Here, expressing your opinion is all part of that. And, of course, don't forget to address all parts of the question. Now, you might be wondering, Scott, what are they actually marking me on? Well, if you haven't looked at their website already, I'll show you down below. This is the general marking criteria. High score of 9 or 12 is a little bit challenging to get, but you can do it if you successfully achieve all of these areas. Coherence, content and coherence is how well you express your ideas. So are you adequately answering the question? Do you have relevant ideas? And do you have a logical flow? This all comes in the brainstorming process. Vocabulary, you're looking for a range of appropriateness. So make sure that your vocabulary is suitable for the question. Again, brainstorming process. Demonstrate that you understand the topic using topic-specific vocabulary. If you're talking about information technology, you need to have a set of vocabulary that matches with IT. That's our goal. And take a quick note here, we do not want to repeat words too often. If you're using words such as moreover or however, if you repeat that 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you will lose marks. You should remember the synonyms for those words. Moreover, however, although, in addition. Now we're looking for variety of vocabulary words. Readability just means how organized is your paragraph. And of course, your punctuation, your structure, and your format. When we talk about format, we're referring to the format like such. We have the subject, Dear Mr. Carter, then we sign off with Sincerely, James Anderson. This is all part of the format, as well as having separate paragraphs. That is a very simple thing to do that will get you more marks. So don't forget. Task fulfillment, you need to achieve the task. Read the question carefully, read it twice, read it when you're halfway done your paragraph, because you want to make sure that you're actually achieving all of that. The tone of the message, that is kind of like the formality. So is it friendly? Is it serious? Is it straightforward? Try to match the tone. And then finally, the grammar and the sentence structure. Of course, you need to have proper grammar. That is the baseline. But in order to achieve high marks, we want you to have some complex sentence structures. And in fact, a variety of different sentence structures. They don't all need to be complex, using an independent clause and a dependent clause. You can have simple structures, but you need to have a variety of those. Conditional sentences, present perfect, past perfect, future tenses. So we need to have a variety of sentence structures. Okay, are you feeling ready? We are going to jump into the 2 questions. I'll show you my brainstorming process, and then we will get started. And you can watch me in fast time, because it takes a long time. But speaking about time, it's a good idea to make an outline for yourself to know exactly how much time do you have to spend on each section. Now, this is very general. You have 60 minutes in total. So, of course, 30 minutes for topic 1 and 30 minutes for topic 2. However, note that topic 2 is a little bit harder. So you might want to say 33 minutes and 27 minutes. That is totally okay. But after that, you need to continue to break it down. I extremely recommend that you have brainstorming time, and we are going to do that today together. 2 to 5 minutes for brainstorming is sufficient, but the better your brainstorming process is, the easier the writing activity will be. Don't forget that. So please don't skip through this. That gives you about 20 minutes to write, and most students they're okay just knowing I have 20 minutes. But if you need more time to analyze, then think about 5 minutes for the intro, 10 minutes for the body, and 5 minutes for the conclusion. A lot of students always forget the conclusion, and sometimes it's because they don't have enough time to do that. So just make sure you allot that time for yourself. 2 to 5 minutes for proofreading and editing. Don't forget, that is equally as important. All right, you have an idea. Now let's get started on the questions. Okay, I will occasionally have this timer available so that you can see how much time we are going through. Now it says, topic 1, or task 1. You recently visited a dog park and were disturbed by the lack of control the owners imposed on their dog, making them dangerous for everyone around. Write an email to your local municipality in about 150 to 200 words. Your email should include the following things. Describe the situation, explain why the dogs were a danger to others, and propose a solution. If you don't answer all 3 of those prompts, you won't get full marks. So as you are writing, come back to the prompt, read it again, continue writing. And you can do it in the same order that it is presented, or you can change it. So let's start brainstorming. We're going to think about vocabulary words that we can use for this. Keep in mind, you're creating a fake situation. You were never at that dog park, but you have to imagine it. And this is part of the testing skill, is that you can put yourself in that situation and write a response. So first of all, we will look at some vocabulary. I definitely want to include words like municipality, impose, and dangerous, but those are already presented to me. So I might say I observed the dogs misbehaving,